Yo, what is going on, everyone, in the XRP community? All right, I'm a little pissed off right now. I'm a little angry here. I'm going to go on a rant because as we get to the very, very tail end of the appeal window closing, and during the tail end of the appeal window closing, we have Gary Gensler on the chopping block in front of Congress and everyone coming after him, all the congressmen, congresswomen scrutinizing him for his activity, and his fellow commissioners and colleagues also throwing him under the bus, going against him so hard that his hands are trembling intensely as if he has a medical condition. But then he comes out 2 days later and then he just goes on mainstream media and just champions how he doesn't think Bitcoin's a security and how he put the Bitcoin ETF through, and he sits there with steady hands like a surgeon. And then for this to come out today, because honestly, we should be bullish right now. We should be really happy because we're 79 days in. We don't have that much time left to go. And during, this tail end, we got Gary Gensler just on the chopping block, just everyone coming after his ass. Now we have this coming out. So this is Eleanor Terrett, Fox Business journalist. Yeah, you guys know who she is, okay? So new. A former SEC lawyer who recently left the agency tells me the SEC will, quote, probably appeal Judge Torres' July 2023 ruling concerning the XRP programmatic sales in Ripple case, partly because, quote, everyone over there at the SEC truly believes that the decision is wrong, that it's not good law, and should be appealed. I'm going to do a deeper dive in the SEC's options and what we could see as we near the October 7th appeal deadline. So, couple issues I have with this. One, a former SEC lawyer who recently left the agency. Okay. When did he leave the agency? What is the context of recently? Because for some people, recently could be, a couple years ago. For some people, recently could be, yesterday. So when did this guy leave the SEC? Because that's crucial to me. If you're going to come out here and you're going to make this big claim, why don't you say specifically when this guy left the agency? A couple years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, yesterday, last week, today? When did he leave the agency? How credible is this information? Okay? That's my first issue with it. Oh, he recently left the agency. Please provide more context. When did he leave the agency? Because that would clue us into how much he is actually aware of and what he knows. Because if this guy fucking left a couple years ago, I'm not going to really trust anything that he's saying. This guy left, last week or last month, a little more reliable. Second thing, a former SEC Gov lawyer. Who? Who is it? Let us know who it is. Because if I come out and I make this same exact Twitter post and I don't say who it is exactly that told me this information, how is that going to be credible? Okay, you're a journalist. Okay, so what? An anonymous guy who left at an unknown time, we're just going to we're just going to treat this as gospel? My third issue with this, that they're going to appeal the 2023 ruling about XRP not being a security, but I thought this whole appeal window was essentially about the final judgment in the case. I don't know. Again, I'm not a lawyer, don't have a bar card, not an attorney. I could be wrong about that, what the appeal window is about. But from my understanding, this is appealing the summary judgment ruling, the final judgment, which is the Ripple paying 125 mil. I thought that's what this was about. Now about 2023, because 2023 XRP not being a security, to my understanding, is now a set in stone matter of law, and that's not getting appealed. Again, I might be very, very wrong about that part just because I'm really kind of pissed off right now, and my brain is firing on all fucking 8 cylinders right now. So I could be wrong about that, but again, my fourth issue with this is this unknown guy who left the SEC at an unknown time telling us they'll probably appeal because, quote, everyone over at the SEC truly believes that the decision is wrong, that it's not good law and should be appealed. Everyone? Excuse me, everyone? Was this guy in a fucking medically induced coma on September 24th, 2024 when his own colleagues were throwing him under the bus and disagreeing with him? Is that the everyone that you're talking about here? Everyone? What, was this guy just asleep for the entire day of September 24th, 2024 when Gary Gensler was put on the chopping block for 5-6 hours before Congress and his fellow commissioners who were going against what he was saying? Is that the everyone you're talking about? This is why I'm so fucking pissed off about this anonymous guy who left at an unknown time tells me, oh, he'll probably appeal. And now, because of this post, now it's on the Literally number one on the Explore page. SEC likely to appeal the XRP ruling. And now, because of this, all of a sudden, Watcher Guru, Cointelegraph, Coindesk, and all of the cockroach crypto media is all going to come to this and treat this as gospel, as if it's a real, credible source of information. When, in reality, right now, it's just, trust me, bro. It's just a source, trust me, bro. Because an unknown guy who left the agency at an unknown time thinks that everyone at the SEC truly believes the decision is wrong and is not good law and should be appealed. When, I mean, clearly 2 days ago, we just clearly saw, no, everyone at the SEC does not think that. Okay. For example, Hester Pierce, who's been coined, the crypto mom because she is a pro crypto advocate and a commissioner at the SEC and has been at the SEC for 3 years longer than Gary Gensler has. So what's going on here with this everyone? What was this guy doing on September 24th? He just didn't see anything? But again, so we're now, the number one topic on XRP Twitter is now SEC likely to appeal the XRP ruling. I really don't fucking appreciate this when Eleanor brings this publicly to the market because it's just an unknown guy and he left the agency and no one fucking knows. So what is this fucking source? And then everyone over there at the SEC truly believes the decision is wrong. Okay, well, this guy just doesn't know that Gary Gensler just got thrown under the bus by his 4 other commissioners? Huh, okay. So how really real is this source? Another thing I'd like to say why I don't trust this is because in the XRP community, we got a fake BlackRock ETF filing on a legitimate Delaware government website, and that ended up being fake. And that was a real Delaware government website and was put up as a real filing right next to Bitcoin and Ethereum. If that's going to be fake, I'm not going to fucking treat this as gospel because this right now is just source trust me, bro. Okay, and then going to do a deeper dive into the SEC's options and what we could see as we near the October 7th appeal deadline. So basically right now, some guy who supposedly left the SEC some time ago thinks everyone at the SEC truly believes the decision is wrong. Okay. So essentially, a bullshit. There's nothing right now. This is a nothing burger. There's nothing there. There is absolutely nothing here. That's nothing. If I come out and say, "Hey guys, this massive bank in Taiwan just DM'd me and said that they're gonna go all blown in XRP," and then everyone's gonna ask me, "Well, who said that?" Well, I can't tell you. But he also left that bank recently. But yeah, I don't know. You guys aren't gonna fucking believe me if I say that shit. I'm not gonna sit here and just because this is a journalist take this as fucking gospel. Because what are the chances? There's some identity fraud, there's some impersonation, and she got some fucking bad intel. Because honestly, this sounds a little too perfect for an XRP FUD campaign at the end of the appeal window. It sounds a little too perfect. It's the statement she brought to us, which we don't even really know at this point if it's real intel. Because what fucking lawyer on a bureaucratic level that's clearing, $500,000 a year salary, he's just gonna leave the SEC and then just open his legs to Eleanor and just say that, oh yeah, everyone at the SEC believes this is wrong and it should be appealed. Yeah, they're probably gonna be appealed. That just doesn't add up to me. Really doesn't add up to me. Because the quote here is too perfect for an XRP FUD campaign. It's too perfect. I mean, if some guy out there is going to spend the $500 on the filing to make a fake BlackRock XRP ETF filing on a Delaware government website, well, you're telling me, I'm not saying the same exact guy, but a similar type of person that is looking to manipulate the market is going to fucking give this juicy, perfect statement that is just the most perfect XRP FUD possible? I'm just saying, guys. There's something a little fishy here. I could totally see this tweet being taken down in the next couple of days because I don't know. This is just, it's all too perfect. It's all too perfect to be against XRP. Right as people are starting to feel good because we're at the tail end of the appeal window, Gary Gensler is getting just fucked in front of Congress by everybody. And it's, making us really feel good. Like, hey, this thing's almost done. Gary's getting screwed. No one likes him anymore. No one's supporting him. His own colleagues are throwing him under the bus. How could he even get appeal through? Right? But this statement is just too perfect. So you're telling me just some SEC lawyer who left the agency at some time just opens his legs to Eleanor and says, hey, you know what? Everyone at the SEC believes the decision is wrong and that it's not good law and it should be appealed. Just too perfect, fellas. Just too perfect. Okay? Jeremy Hogan says, all right, now I'm kind of calmed down. I kind of got it out of my system. So Jeremy Hogan says, of course they think the opinion is wrong. That's not new information. They were on the losing side. What SEC should be thinking of right now is whether an appeal furthers its mandate of investor protection and capital formation. Why isn't that top of the mind? More evidence the SEC has lost the plot. But I'm even questioning, is this even really someone from the SEC? Because right now, that's not someone at the SEC, and we don't know who the fuck this guy is. We don't even know when he left the agency. What, did he leave the agency in, 2021, 2019, last week, yesterday? We have nothing. Right now, this whole tweet is just nothing, but it makes me sick to my stomach that this is now just going to be spread to all the cockroaches of crypto shitty journalism, and this is going to be spread like gospel. And we're going to have to sit here and listen to this while we are counting down the days of the appeal. Yeah. Like this guy, this is the guy, by the way, shout out to him. You guys should give him a follow. And his, the Ripple Stablecoin Tracker Twitter account. This is the creator of it. Really cool account. Concerning the quote, everyone over there believes the decision is wrong. So it's like, I don't know, the guy was in a coma on September 24th. This information, this intel, it could just easily be, it's 2024 scams, identity fraud, pursuing the spreading of fake information to, benefit that person's position on the market. I mean, that's not rare, So I'm just not buying this. I'm not buying this. Because if Eleanor Tourette said, hey, you know what? John Smith, an SEC lawyer who left the agency 3 months ago, said this, then, okay, we have something there we can look at and discuss over. But right now, at this point in time, until she gives us more information, this is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. Because imagine I do this same kind of thing, but with some big bank in Taiwan that supposedly reached out to me. What if I come tell you guys, this guy, hey, this big number one bank in Taiwan, yeah, they just sent me an email. Yeah, dude, I mean, he left the bank recently, but, he did tell me this, though. You guys aren't going to believe that. So why the fuck am I going to believe this? That's honestly my opinion. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Because this cryptocurrency market, it's PvP, player versus player. Everyone against everyone. Got to look out for yourself. And this just feels way too perfect. Something sketchy about it. Because, hey, if the BlackRock XRP ETF that manipulated the mark XRP plus 30% in 1 hour, if that shit on a real government website was fake, this could easily be bad intel. And this was just a journalist that was way too naive and just fucking scrambled to get a tweet out as fast as possible. Something doesn't add up to this. If this tweet gets deleted in the next couple of days, really wouldn't be surprised. To close off this video, I'm going to read you a tweet by John Deaton, who is probably the most qualified in this field to talk about this. And then I'm going to end the video after that. By the way, vote John Deaton. All right. As someone who knows the Ripple case very well, considering I was an active litigant for over 2.5 years, and considering Judge Torres cited my amicus brief and the 3,800 XRP holder affidavit submitted, as well as my efforts as amicus counsel in the library case, let me comment. In the Ripple case, Judge Torres did not apply all 3 factors of the Howey test. Some people describe the Howey test as a 4-factor test because the third factor has 2 prongs. And then I think in the Gary testimony, I think they were even talking about how, like, the Howey test is, like, the congressmen were saying, like, the Howey test is, like, bullshit and that it needs to be amended. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. So I don't believe an appellate court will rule Judge Torres was in error in applying the 3rd prong. Judge Torres made her ruling very fact-specific. The SEC did not rely on any expert testimony related to XRP holders. It was excluded anyways, but the judge did rely, however, on the XRP holder affidavits I submitted. As an appellate court could say, just as Judge Torres acknowledged, there could be a scenario where the secondary sales could qualify as investment contracts because the facts meet all the Howey factors. But in the Ripple case, the facts presented just don't satisfy it. Thus, the case gets affirmed on appeal, but it doesn't prevent the SEC from arguing secondary sales constitute investment contracts on other cases. Finally, Judge Torres ruled secondary sales on exchanges did not satisfy the 3rd prong of Howey, and since all Howey factors must be satisfied, there was no need for her to apply the 2nd prong, common enterprise. The common enterprise factor was, in my opinion, the weakest part of the SEC's case against Ripple. Thus, even if the Second Circuit ruled Judge Torres erred applying the 3rd prong, the SEC doesn't win the case. The case would go back to Judge Torres for her to apply the common enterprise prong, and she would likely rule the SEC didn't establish a common enterprise. If that happened, the SEC would lose again and then have to appeal all over. It makes no sense to appeal this ruling. If Judge Torres did rule against Ripple, Ripple could then appeal. And then the final part that Deaton says, he says, it makes no sense. It would be a total waste of taxpayer money to appeal the decision. They don't care. Which is why someone like Gary Gensler might just appeal. So I don't think this is, Deaton, like, affirming Eleanor's statements. But he's saying, because the SEC is fucking terrible, Gary Gensler, fucking piece of shit, Kim Jong Gensler regime, that's probably why someone like him might just appeal. So, fellas, that's it for the video today. Until we get further information, I'm not buying this source right now. This is just nothing. Because you know what? If the same kind of thing came out, for example, about, a former guy at BlackRock that left recently, he said that they're probably going to do an XRP ETF. Well, we would probably be very excited about that because of our bias and probably try to convince ourselves that it's real information. But at the end of the day, it's all bullshit. No fucking source. Source, trust me, bro. That's all this is right now. If Eleanor Tret in the following days, provides who this guy is when he left the agency and has a true, real, bulletproof evidence that he said exactly this quote, then I would be open to discussion. But as of right now, this is nothing. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.